Hey guys, today I want to share with you a recipe that I'm doing in the crock pot. I'm making this for dinner, so I just want to share with you how easy it is. It's something that you can make as a meal prep and you can have this for the week. It's simple, it's 3 ingredients, you throw it in the crock pot, walk away. It's basically baking or cooking while you're at work, you're running errands, or you're just in the house doing other things and you don't want to be at the stove. So I love using the crock pot for these types of things. So on the days where you're lazy or you have a lot to do or you just really don't feel like cooking but you need to prep a meal, the crock pot is a great option. There's so many things that you can do with it. So I'm going to show you a dish today using chicken. When I know that I'm going to use the crock pot, I will defrost my meat the night before, so I'll just put it in the refrigerator. I'll pull it from the freezer, put it in the fridge, and then it's ready to go in the morning. This is a dish where if you're going to throw it into the crock pot before you leave for work, you'll probably want to put it in at a low setting if you're going to be gone most of the day, and you're going to want to use quite a bit of chicken just so it doesn't burn or the chicken doesn't get too tough. If you're going to be in and out of the house, you can keep an eye on it, or like this crock pot I picked up at Macy's. I think it was last year at I don't know, it was like a Black Friday sale, I think. I have a couple different crock pots. I like using this one when I'm going to be away from home because it has low, high, and warming. And then you also have a timer on here, so when it clicks off, it sets it to warm. So if you do have a crock pot like that where you're going to be out of the home, pick this one because then it doesn't have to cook all day long. So what you need is a crock pot. Any kind of a crock pot, doesn't really matter. And then what we're going to do, I've already defrosted my chicken, so you want to make sure before you put the meat into the crock pot, you want to have it defrosted. So I'm just going to put my chicken in the crock pot. And you don't have to put any water, nothing like that, because all we're going to use, I made some homemade salsa, so I'm just going to use about half of the jar of salsa. So you want to put your chicken in just depending on however much you're going to use. If you're prepping this and you're going to use your chicken for other meals, because for this I'm doing like a burrito, kind of like a baked chimichanga with the chicken, but I'm going to have leftovers. So there's a variety of things that you can do with the chicken. So you're just going to go ahead and pour. If you make a homemade salsa, just go ahead and pour either a half a jar or a whole jar. It just depends on how much chicken you're using. So you want to pour your salsa just directly onto the chicken. And then I have my own homemade taco seasoning. So I'm just going to pour the seasoning on top. And this is just a tablespoon of my taco seasoning. So I'm putting that on top. And then just for some extra spice, I'm using the Flavor God Everything Spicy. This is optional. You don't have to use it, especially if you have a taco seasoning already. Or if you want to put like some red chili pepper flakes or anything on top to give it that extra heat, just go ahead and do that. And then you just let it all set. So everything is in the crock pot, and then we're just going to kind of stir it around. And then I will check on the chicken. Since I'm going to be kind of in and out today, I'll check on the chicken and just kind of give it a couple turns throughout the day as it's cooking. But that's literally all you do with this recipe. You're just going to keep that in the crock pot, cover it. I have it on low. And I'm just going to let the chicken cook up. And then the next thing we're going to do after the chicken is cooked up, it just basically falls apart. So you just want it kind of shredded, chopped. And then like I said, I'm doing a chimichanga burrito. I'm going to bake them in the oven on the stone so they're crispy. And then I'll serve them with guacamole and salsa. But there's so many options that you can do with this chicken. It's so flavorful and the chicken's really moist. You can do enchiladas, you can do tacos, you can have the leftover chicken for salads. The possibilities are just, you know, endless. The things that you can come up with the chicken in the crock pot. You could throw it on top of like the baked potato. You can do it with some quinoa, make like a little casserole with the chicken and do kind of like a southwestern quinoa casserole. You could do it with just brown rice. There's so many different things that you can do with chicken from the crock pot. But I will show you guys this one. It's just 3 ingredients. It's completely simple. And I love it because on those days where it's really hot and I don't really want to be in the kitchen, throw it in the crock pot, fix it, forget it, walk away, and your house is not hot because you have the oven on, it's in the crock pot, and you're going to have a healthy meal for dinner. So we'll just wait, and then we'll go ahead and shred the chicken once it's done. It's all done. It has been warming in the crock pot, and I cooked this for about 3 hours. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the chicken out one by one, and I'm going to take a knife and just start shredding it. So it comes apart fairly easy just because it's been in the crock pot and it's completely cooked. So all I do is just kind of chunk pieces. That's really all. So just take it and you're basically going to shred it all up. And then, so as you can see, I have just kind of shredded up the chicken a little bit, just basically like it pulls apart. But it still has the seasoning on it. And what I'm going to do is throw it back into the crock pot because I want it to have all of the juices and the marinade still on it. All the salsa and stuff is still in the crock pot. And I still wanted to have that sauce because I'm going to put those into the burrito next. And if you guys are going to make these into burritos like I'm doing, I'm kind of doing like a chimichanga, so to say. I'm going to do it baked on the stone. I am just using the Extreme Wellness tortillas. These are in the high fiber, low carb. But you can use any kind of tortilla if you want to use like a brown rice tortilla, anything that you like. But I'm just going to lay it out flat on the stone. I grated up a little bit of cheese, so I'll just put a little bit of cheese on the tortilla. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take some of the chicken, and I'm just going to layer that down the center, like so. And you're just going to keep doing this with however many burritos that you're going to make. You just keep layering it and layering it. And then you're going to put them on the stone. You're going to bake them in the oven at 350 degrees. And then you're going to just let them crisp up, kind of like a chimichanga. So I'm just going to lay that just like that. I have the one burrito laid out, and then I'm just going to keep layering them just to put them all on the baking sheet, and then I'll throw them in the oven for about 15-20 minutes just until they crisp up and get brown on the outside. And then I'm going to serve them with, I'm making some homemade guacamole and some salsa. So you can just put that on top, or you can even top it with a little bit more cheese if you'd like, right before you put them in the oven, just so it melts down on top of your little burrito. Okay guys, our burrito chimichangas are out of the oven. I just baked these on a stone at 350 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. Everything's already cooked because we prepped it in the crock pot, so the meat was already done. I just like the tortillas to be like really crispy, kind of like a chimichanga or a flauta. So I hope this gave you guys some ideas. The crock pot is really I love it. It's so easy when you're on the go or you're working and you just need to prep something and have it ready by the time you get home. There's just minimal things you need to do in between, from getting the chicken ready out of the crock pot to, you know, putting it together to make a dish. But you can do this as a burrito, you can do it as a taco, you could do enchiladas, you could do salads, you could do baked potatoes, casseroles. There's a variety of things that you can do with the meat that we used by putting it in the crock pot. So it's nice because you can do it on the weekend to have it carry you throughout the week, or you could do it on Thursday and have it carry you through the weekend. So it's just kind of a nice change instead of standing in the kitchen and prepping something, you know, that however long it takes you to do in the kitchen. I love the crock pot just for those days where you have too much going on, or you're a working mom or a working dad and you're just really busy. So it's nice to have that option there. So I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you guys try out this recipe and make a variety of different things with it, because it's easy to do and it's 3 ingredients, so you can't go wrong. I love the simple things, and it's a thing that you can just do as a meal prep and have ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!